Hello YouTube. Well, my baler decided it needs a little more attention the other day. I have a bearing that went bad on a roller. Don't know how much, not sure how much the roller is damaged. Don't know much. Haven't taken it apart yet, but I've got my portable work platform set up here. So I'll go up and show you which one is bad. Okay, this is the guilty party right here. Yeah, we're about 9 feet off the ground, which is not super convenient, but I have a plan of attack, so let me get set up here and I'll see if we can get this thing apart. Okay, what I did was build a simple cradle out of a couple of 2x4s. The purpose is both to hold the belts up in place and to put tie straps around there to hold the roller up. In theory, my aim is to unbolt the roller, pull up one end and pull it out sideways here. It's a good theory. I don't know if it'll work in practice. This seems like it would be a good place for my standard disclaimer, which is I'm not saying this is the right way to do this, and I'm not saying this is the way anybody else should do it. I'm just showing you what I'm doing. Oh, and while I was at Menards buying 2x4s, I also picked up a decent stepladder because my old crappy aluminum stepladder tried to kill me the first time I went up to look at the roller. Well, it looks like my theory on how to remove the roller might actually work. Let's get it the rest of the way out of there and see what we got. Okay, it's the next morning, and I didn't video anymore yesterday taking this apart. But basically, this shaft runs through the roller. There's a bearing on each side. The roller is okay, but the shaft here, apparently what happened, the bearing on this side had been out for quite a while. When the bearing on the other side went out too is when it quit rolling. On this side, it did gouge into the shaft a little bit there. Maybe 3/16, something like that, gouge. If I had the luxury of time, I'd take it to a machine shop and have it filled up and turned down on the lathe. But I don't want to have this at a machine shop for several weeks waiting for it to get done, so I'm doing it myself. I'm filling that in with the MIG, and I will very carefully grind it down by hand. It's kind of fussy work. It won't be perfect, but it'll be good enough. Okay, we're almost there. The locking collar slides over it. Now the locking collar has more clearance than the bearing race, so that just means we're getting close. And to clarify, the shaft was not gouged out all the way around, just on one side. The shaft does not turn. The roller turns on the shaft. So when the bearing went out on this side, the outer race, which apparently is harder than the inner race, started chewing down through the shaft there. So if it was gouged out all the way around, that would be a different story. I wouldn't attempt that. Then it's time for a machine shop. But I think this will work. I actually have some more parts on order from my Vermeer dealer anyway. I decided it was time to do something about this while I was working on the chains and sprockets earlier. I don't know if how well it shows up on video, but that's the air tensioner. Puts tension on the bales. This baler uses both hydraulic and air to put tension on the bales. And this piece here has kind of been sagging down over the years. There are pins here and bushings and some more bushings there. And I assume the bushings have gotten worn out and probably the pins too. So I've got new pins and bushings coming from my Vermeer dealer that They should be in either today or tomorrow, so I'll pick up the bearings for the roller when I pick these up, and we'll get everything taken care of at once. Well, it's a couple days later, and I still don't have my bushings and pins for the air tensioner on there. But I did go to town and pick up a couple of new bearings. I've got the new bearings installed on the roller here. So I'll go ahead and put this together. This putting this in won't affect the my ability to access the bushings and pins on the tensioner. So I better go down to the shed and get my portable work platform out and get it back in place here. Okay, here is my cunning plan for putting this thing back into place. I have threaded this rope underneath the belts and through the ratchet straps that I have sitting there. Now I'm going to take that end of the rope when I get this roller up there, tie it to the bolt, start putting the roller through there, and then go over to the other side and pull it the rest of the way through with the rope to make sure I get the roller in the ratchet strap loops and don't drop it. So that's the plan. Let's go ahead and put it into action. Well, that worked, kinda, sorta. It didn't work as well as I'd hoped it would. I ended up putting another ratchet strap out on the end to lift that end of the roller up. But it's in place now. Now I need to pull the ratchet straps off and disassemble my cradle here. All right, the belts turn again. That's a good thing. I'll replace those bushings and pins on the air tensioner whenever I get them, but in the meantime I can still bale hay, so I guess we're back in business. So until next time, everyone out there, have a good day.